Hello everyone, it's David from Automotive Press. As you know, I am touring around Japan, visiting all kinds of car-related places. I'm very excited to showcase a whole bunch of things for you. And today, guess what? I am visiting a couple of Toyota dealerships. Now these are very interesting places because these dealerships are actually located inside a shopping mall, as you can see here. So there's two competing groups that is showcasing cars right here in Yokohama, Japan. I am in one of the showroom here that belongs to Kanagawa Group, and I'm going to show you exactly what we have in showroom because many of the models here are not sold in North America and they're really fun and cool to look at. So let me show you around what's going on here and tell you more about Toyota products right here in Japan. So here we are in the Toyota showroom that's located inside a shopping mall, and they have really interesting cool cars, trucks, and SUVs. And I want to show you this one quickly because this is a very interesting concept that was created by the dealership, converting a high-ace minivan into a camper van with a built-in sink, and these things fold down, and a really interesting concept. Now these are custom built by the dealership, not by the manufacturer, nor by Toyota, but by the Kanagawa Group president. And then my good friend Yaris here, he's kind of looking around. He actually was responsible for doing some of the design work, including the seat material and material selection. And he, in fact, was also involved in doing some of the interior design work for the dealership. And he also was involved in the camping ground where you can take this thing here onto a camping and then stay in the cottages. So Chihiro is a good friend of mine. He's my best friend here in Japan. He's a bit shy right now, but he's done a lot of work for Toyota, and he's a very good friend of mine. So I'm going to leave him alone, but he wants to showcase some of these concepts. And once again, this whole camping thing is a huge thing in Japan. Finally following some trends in North America, and that's what we have been doing for a very long time, but it's only picking up in Japan right now. So that's the special high-ace minivan that has been converted to a camper. Really clever idea. But let's get into some of the other cars that are not sold in North America. We have, of course, the RAV4 and other cars that we do get. But here's some interesting one. I love the concept of the Yaris Cross, which we don't get. And this one is a very popular car in Japan. Surprisingly good looking, and this is smaller than the Corolla Cross. And I actually really think that there could be a good market for this one. There is no plan right now by Toyota to bring the Yaris Cross, but honestly, this is one of the best looking micro or small SUV, and it's not as small as you think. It is loosely based on the kind of Corolla / Yaris platform. Inside is very simple, nothing complicated, but very easy to use and practical. And you can tell it's a bit of a utilitarian design, but there is a high-end version of the Yaris Cross that is actually pretty cool looking. And if you look at some of the new concept from Toyota for the Crown, including the Crown Estate, it kind of looks like a Yaris Cross. So I think there is a market for this vehicle in North America, but I doubt very much it will come to our market. But I really like this design. And then let me take a look at some more. Here's also another small SUV called the Toyota Raize. And this is also not sold in North America. Toyota Raize here. Also very popular in Japan. Has a very much European look and feel. In fact, some of these designs look a lot like Nissan products as well. And this one is a pretty interesting car, although I do like the Yaris Cross better. This one has a boxier design, and it's part of the Toyota Mobility Kanagawa Group that's showcasing the models. Let's skip over the camper van because we talked about that. I know you're hoping to see like Hilux or Land Cruiser Prado or Land Cruiser. And those vehicles are not here because they're so much in demand that they cannot possibly leave it in the showroom. And so we're not going to see those cars right now, but there's plenty of other interesting vehicles. This is a new Toyota Noah, which is not quite a minivan, not a micro van. It's bigger than that. but it's smaller than the minivans that we get in North America. I think it's one of the most clever design in terms of packaging, in terms of interior design. Once again, it's very simple design, and this is called a trademark of Toyota, is they don't try to make it look too complicated. And then the Voxy is the counterpart model, sister model or brother model, however you want to call it. And this is the full model change for this year. So good design. It's received a really good reviews. Very clever seating arrangement. And what's so shocking is how roomy and practical these things are. Look how much legroom there is in the second seat. Maybe it's not as wide as a North American minivans, but honestly, we're kind of missing out in North America for not having these what I call mid-size microvans, because they're so practical and really well designed. So this one even has a third seat option actually, which is quite interesting. So let's keep on looking here. We have the Toyota Venza, which is sold as a Toyota Harrier in Japan. And this is, of course, one of the kind of secret hidden weapons I think Toyota has, because a lot of people talk about the RAV4, which Harrier shares the platform with. But the Venza and Harrier are built in Japan still. And I think the quality is better than the RAV4. I think the design is better. And even though you can't get a plug-in hybrid yet, I actually think the Venza / Harrier drives better. So this is a bit of a secret weapon that people don't talk about too much. All right, the CHR, so nothing too exciting about that. That's something that we get. So nothing too interesting, but we have a couple more cool cars here. This is the Toyota Rumi. Yes, the car is actually called Rumi. This is in fact one of those microvans, and it's got a really long tailgate here. You can see how long this is right here. You can literally stand underneath and you'll be like a shelter above your head. Very cool interior design. The seats are very versatile and surprising amount of space once again. Just look at how much space there is. Similar design inside as all other Toyotas. I'm not sure why they're showcasing everything with a black interior. It just looks so dark in here, but Japanese like simple color, white outside and black inside. That's the most popular color choice. This is the bronze color that is becoming more popular. You can see the quality is really well made too. You can tell the paint job is excellent for such a reasonably priced model. So this is the shopping mall, right? You can tell. And the showroom is inside the shopping mall. This one is another similar microvan, Sienta. This is also new. And apologize, kids crying over there because he really wants to buy the Crown, I think. He absolutely wants to buy the Crown, and therefore he's upset that the parents are not letting him buy the Crown. So let's give him a bit of a space here and see if I can get into the Crown here to keep the noise level down. You guys have seen the Crown already, but the material choice and the seat configurations are a little bit different in Japan than what we get in North America. And yes, in Japan, the Crown still comes with a Crown emblem, something that we don't get. This is a Crown emblem right here. And so the front design is otherwise the same, but you get that. And also that's in the showroom, in the other spot over there. I'll show you another Crown over there. But Toyota Crown emblem is also on the steering wheel, and the interior is otherwise pretty similar to what we get. I already talked about the quality of the Crown in my other video, so go and watch that if you want to know whether I think this is well built or not. I'm still not all that 100% happy with what they've done with the Crown in terms of the exterior design. I'm not quite sure. I think it does look a little bit awkward, as most of you guys have said in the past. It might take a bit of a time to maybe appreciate this car, but I'm certainly looking forward to the other versions of the Crown, which may include the Toyota Crown Sedan, the Crown Sport, and then Crown Estate, which is like a wagon they call it. I think all the other models look better than this Crown. but that is something up for discussion, I guess, depending on when these cars may eventually show up to North America. So this is the one side of the Toyota showroom. Once again, it's part of the Kanagawa Group, which is a very large dealer network. My best friend Shiharu is working a lot with them, so he knows a lot of stuff about this particular dealership. And I have been to this dealership outside the shopping mall a couple of times as well, and it's very impressive. They have a very interesting concept of customer service, such as a gasoline station that's located right on the site, a kids room, and all kinds of innovative ideas to make the dealership experience really different from what we might go through normally in North America. So we have this kid really happy now, maybe because he got to get inside a Toyota Crown. But looks like a bit of a, I don't know what it is, I guess a jungle concept or a theme. So we got a bit of a tacky thing going on, but clever marketing. And there isn't a BZ4X here to see, but I believe this is where it's supposed to be. So they're probably looking to bring one in now that they finally have the solution to fix the problem with the wheels coming off. That's something that was a bit unexpected, but they got that sorted out. Now let's take a look at the brochure here. I can ask for any brochures I want. So there is, standard stuff like the RAV4, which again, in Japanese market, you have to have these thick brochures. People do not want to buy cars based on just web-based information. So they're just beautiful brochures, right? Look at the quality of these brochures. They're all like expensive magazine level. I don't really want the brochure of these normal cars because it's a bit heavy to carry back. But here's a Yaris Cross brochure. I want to see that because I really like the Yaris Cross. And it's totally underappreciated vehicle in many ways. But we're not going to get this in North America anyway, so I'm going to have to give up on trying to make that work. We got the BZ4X brochure. Let's see if they have something more interesting like a Land Cruiser. We got the Noah, those are the minivan, the Boxy, more van. Oh, this is the camper that we were showing you earlier, the custom camper idea. This is a very cool concept that they came up with, a retro design, retro look, and it's selling for a very reasonable price. They can't keep up with the demand with this custom camper situations. There's two kinds. There are two types, the slightly smaller and cheaper version and the more expensive high ace, which is the one I showed you earlier over there. And this one has all kinds of information on it. Very interesting idea. What else? There's more vans. Vans are selling like hotcakes in Japan, if you can believe that. But I don't see the Land Cruiser or Land Cruiser Prado brochure. I do see a Crown here though. And let's see what the Crown brochures looks like in Japan, just briefly. Maybe I will take this one home. This one looks like a pretty interesting brochure. But we have the Toyota Mirai brochure here. Oh, but they do have GR Yaris brochure. I am definitely taking that one home. Let's see what it looks like. I'll show you guys this a little bit more later because I don't want to take up too much of your time right now to showcase a brochure. So I'm going to take this one home. Maybe the Supra brochure. And this one is the GR Copen, which is a mini micro convertible. They're going to stop making this, I believe. But I have been to this factory, the Copen factory. Really cool car. Kind of remind me of like a Honda Beat and Suzuki Cappuccino mini convertibles we had in the past. So that's kind of interesting. But I don't see a Land Cruiser brochure, so I may have to go and ask for that. More brochures to do with Yaris, the Aqua, which we don't get in North America. The Toyota Rumi, isn't that cute? Corolla Sport, Corolla Touring, Passo. Yeah, I don't see a Land Cruiser or Hilux brochure, so I will ask if those are available. For now, I'm going to sign off from this video and showcase you another Toyota dealer showroom. Stay tuned.